Hey guys, update from St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm at the ATS headquarters. At the shop, I got a transmission issue, so they asked me to bring it in and have them look at it. So they're looking at it. They needed a part, so all Friday they worked on. Apparently, I was having some. I knew I was having a problem with my APU, which is I think it stands for alternative power unit, but it's like a little generator that's diesel fueled, pulls fuel out of the diesel tank so that you don't have to have your truck running idle, which takes up a lot of fuel. And it also it takes up fuel, and it also runs, parts, wears on your engine. So this avoids that. So it takes much less fuel. But apparently there was a leak, and that sits right underneath my bunk where I sleep. And on a few occasions I remember getting up dizzy. And you guys need to know this. I'd heard about it, so what I did was I got up one time and I was kind of dizzy and disoriented, not really bad, just, I kind of thought it was just because I woke up. Just sometimes you wake up a little bit like that. But it happened a couple times, and one time I had just a really bad headache, and in the back of my mind I remember reading something about the APU might emit carbon monoxide. So I started cracking the window anytime I use the APU, because that's how I run the bunk heater. And up here in Minnesota, you want to run a bunk heater in the winter. So I did that. I went in to the shop for them to look at the transmission. I told them the inverter seems to not be kicking on, or when it does, it doesn't seem to charge the battery, which is kind of a separate issue to what they found. When they found the leak, they told me, I've been having some carbon monoxide issues. And I was like, wow, they should have a carbon monoxide alarm in there. Because that's definitely what that was going on. So that explains a lot. So that's been going on for at least a month. So I'm glad I kept the window cracked. Anyway, so they're working, they got that fixed. I got my, that's all working good. So now I'm just waiting on a part from Volvo to send it to the shop here, and hopefully I'll get out of here and get on the road. It's been frustrating this weekend because with the business back home, I've been fortunate to have my wife and our other business partner, but they've been working very hard on trying to get some things together. We had to shut the business down during the coronavirus, and that's it's disappointing. We're trying to create revenue sources because the disaster relief is not going to come in anytime soon, and the $1,200 that these people are going to get are going to be it's going to be a couple weeks. So we're just trying to do something. So we created some virtual classes that most of them had been doing to help create some revenue opportunity for us that we'll be compensating them on. And we'll see, we'll get through it, but it's just been a real mentally exhausting process, and I'm sure I'm one of millions of people going through this. So we just want to try to do something to help our staff, so when we open the doors they can come back in. We just have to wait and see. It's really kind of a conundrum, because one minute they got the package approved in Congress, but that's going to take time to get. And then there's an SBA loan that you can get, and that's also going to take some time. So it's just interesting times right now that we're in. I don't know what trucking's been like, because I've been shut down for the last 3 days here at the ATS. I'm in with a bunch of trucks that are in for the shop. It's weird being in a group of trucks and they're all ATS. But other than that, everything else is going well. I just wanted to check in with you. It's cold up here. And oh, another thing too is for you truckers. So I PC'd personal conveyance from here 5 miles up to a Petro so I could get some breakfast. Everything's to go. Can't sit down and eat. And it was funny. I PC'd there, went off duty, and they only give us an hour PC. I should have left it. Excuse me. Corona. No. I should have left it on PC, but because we only get an hour, I didn't want to get in violation with the company. Well, sure enough, I forgot to put it back on PC, so I drove 10 minutes back. So that means my 70-hour clock started. So it's not really that big of a deal, I don't think. First time I've experienced this. I went ahead and logged out, so when they drive around the shop, I won't get any hours on it. But my clock is now going to start. My 8-day clock is going to start with 69. Instead of 70 hours, I'm 10 minutes shy of that. So it's not going to be a big deal. Except my 8th day, when I come back on, I'm only going to get 10 minutes. So I got to make sure that I watch my clock really well, because otherwise I'll be shut down real early if I'm not careful. Anyway, guys, take care. Hope you're doing well. Stay positive. We'll get through this together, and I'll talk to you soon.